the best of the STL. On tonight's show, co-authors of the Lightbringer Trilogy, DiGiuseppi and Mike Forbes. Voices for children. And heating things up in the kitchen, Marco's with Chef Pam. Your entertainment for tonight, JLR. And of course, your hosts, please welcome Cassandra Walker and Ivy Hartman.
And I'm Ivy Hartman.
Wow, Ivy.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It is. We're going to have a great show.
We are.
A little chills, a little thrills.
I'm glad you put it that way.
Some good food.
Yes, absolutely. Shoot, it was definitely worth leaving home for, and I know you're going to be glad you tuned in also.
And you didn't have to leave home.
I know, right? Right. We bring it to you wherever you're at.
Absolutely.
From St. Louis to Singapore.
You got it. You did not stumble.
I didn't.
Speaking of bringing it to you, I think the Cardinals opening day is coming soon, Ivy.
It is. It's like a holiday in St. Louis, is it not? Have you already called into work?
I know.
You got your tickets?
Yes. I told Ivy sometimes you drive by the toll booth and it's empty. It says, gone to see the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Free.
Meant free. But it becomes a parking lot on the bridge all of a sudden.
That would be good.
You know, it's fun working. It's an all-ladies show. You know, we like to keep it, and it's a lot of fun that way. LJ's not going to be with us today, but we've got Raina joining us. We're excited about that.
Yeah.
And Kara's here.
It's always fun when they come and join us. You know.
Yeah.
Whenever Raina comes, though, it seems like some of our guests always oogle and ogle over her.
Because
she's so awesome.
Yes, she is awesome.
No,
we like to remind her about that,
We
too.
do all the time. Now, I know some of you say, hey, you know, I missed last episode. Well, let me help you out. Check out YouTube. We're always on there, or STLTV.net as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see all our stuff, and we're also on Facebook and Twitter, and you can catch up with all the photos and all the latest happenings here at STLTV through that.
And Ivy and I put our hands up to promise to try to tweet more.
I promise. I just feel like I don't want to inundate people with stuff that's like not important or useful.
I understand.
So anyway,
you have to get the hang of it.
Speaking of important and useful stuff, I know Raina's gotten important and useful information,
Always.
right, Raina?
I do. Actually, you guys have lots of important information today, too. It's going to be a great show. We've got an interesting chef with some delicious looking food over there. Great music. You're going to learn a little. You're going to laugh a little. It's really going to be a great show today. And you know what? If you want to be a member of the studio audience, all you've got to do is call 314-552-2970. That's it. It's that easy. 314-552-2970. You know, and right now I've got sitting with me Cheryl Latham from Voices for the Children. How are you, Cheryl?
I'm good. How are you, Raina?
Good. You know, for people who don't know what that is, why don't you tell us?
Voices for Children is an organization that advocates on behalf of children in foster care in both the St. Louis City and St. Louis County region. Our volunteers, our CASA volunteers actually are paired with our child welfare professionals, and together they team up to make sure that kids exit the foster care system healthier than when they entered. We want to address their medical health, their mental health. That's very important. We want to make sure that they're making good academic progress in school, and so they really provide a great benefit to kids in foster care. In fact, in honor of April, which is Child Abuse Prevention Month and Awareness Month, we're hosting our annual benefit, and that's going to help us continue to do the great work that we do on April 18th. 2013.
You know, I'm glad you said that. I wanted to talk about that because you told me the most important part of this benefit is finding volunteers.
Absolutely.
So talk to us about how important the volunteers are.
There are about 1,400 kids in foster care in the St. Louis City and St. Louis County area. And right now we're only able to represent about 40% of those. And because of the powerful advocacy that we bring to the equation when kids are involved in the foster care system, we want all of our kids to be able to realize that benefit. So we need more volunteers, and in particular, men.
So how do people volunteer? What do they have to do?
They can check out our website, www.voices-stl.org, and find out more information. We'll get them started right away.
And they can call 314-615-4594.
They can, absolutely.
And is it difficult to be a volunteer?
No, it's not. You have to be at least 21 years old, and you have to be able to pass a background screening because we want all of our volunteers to be safe.
I'd want that.
Absolutely, when we're paired with children. And then our CASA recruitment and retention specialist, Kelly Edwards, can give you all of the additional details that you'll need to get started, and we can get you started pretty quickly.
Perfect. So hopefully people will attend your event coming up. Thank you so much for being here with us. And right now, we are going to take it over to Cara, who is in the kitchen.
Kitchen, of course. Don't be jealous. Now, if you thought soul food was bad for you, guess what? Think again, because we have Chef Pam here who actually specializes in soul food. So first off, tell us what soul food is.
Soul food is any food that you cook from the heart and you put love into it.
So anybody can make soul food?
Anybody. Just always be happy when you cook.
As long as it comes from the
secret.
heart.
Right.
Right?
Correct.
Okay, so why and how do you make it healthy?
Well, for instance, fried rice, instead of frying it on the stove, I put it in the oven. I bake it in the oven. So it cuts down on the grease. You just bake it, olive oil, put it in the oven, pull it out, and it's healthier.
Well, how would they normally make it?
A lot of times in a wok, you take some oil and you cook it and turn it until it's brown and add more oil and probably soy sauce, which is a lot of sodium. So to cut down on it, if you put it in the oven, you can do it that way. It's
and this even looks, healthy. This is your rice dish, and you made this from scratch, right? Okay.
Correct.
Okay, and it looks, if you see it, if you can get a picture of that, you're probably on it right now, it looks lighter than your normal. The other ones look like it's just, you know, saturated with soy sauce.
A lot of times it is.
Right?
MSG, it's no MSG.
Okay, now tell us about your place. Where are you located? In City Hall?
In the lower level of City Hall, St. Louis City Hall, 1200 Market, the lower level.
Okay, and what type of clientele do you have there?
The employees that work there and people that come in to conduct business, and from the other buildings, a lot of times people will walk over and come in to have breakfast or lunch.
Got you. So you have a pretty steady stream, it sounds like, right?
And we also do catering, customized catering.
Do you? Well, actually, that's what I was going to get to next, because you specialize in catering. That's what is in your heart, right?
That's my heart.
Okay, and tell us about that, your catering.
The thing about catering is you're not stuck to one thing. It's customized, whether it's Chinese or Japanese or soul food or some from New Orleans. We can provide that for a person.
So I think that's quite interesting, because you have your place, you focus on soul food, but really you can make anything, because like you said, it comes from the heart.
It comes from the heart.
So everything is basically soul food.
It is.
You need a big T-shirt that has your name and says "Food coming from the heart," right? Okay. So you're going to do that now. Give me credit for that one.
Okay.
Your children, you said that your grandchildren actually love your food, and that's what gives you inspiration.
Correct.
Right.
He loves to eat. My son loves to eat, and did when he was younger. He didn't eat peas, but if I would put it in the rice, he would eat it. He didn't like turkey, but if I put herbs on it and bake it, he would eat it. So I had to switch up to get him to eat the food. So.
And I'm sure that helps in your restaurant too, and with your people who cater or call you to cater and that have special dishes or ask you for certain things, right?
Correct.
Okay, well, stay with us, right? Stay with me, because we have a lot more to talk about with Chef Pam. But right now, let's go see what Ivy and Cassandra have going on.
Thank you so much, Cara and Chef Pam. Sounds delicious. Our next guest have taken their careers in law enforcement and used them as inspiration to co-author a book series.
That's right, and in addition to work and their books and their busy careers, all those things, they've also created a nonprofit organization.
They've done a lot. Please help us welcome Chris DiGiuseppi and Mike Forrest.
Hi, Chris. Welcome, Mike.
Wow. I feel, you know, when the police chief came on from St. Louis, I said I feel safe. I feel doubly safe.
I know. I know the people of Lake St. Charles are probably feeling Lake St. Louis. Do you like that? I just create a whole new municipality.
Yes, right. And they can take over.
There we go. They're ruling.
Exactly. We're going to talk about your book, but I also want, because of the law enforcement, I want to ask you, I'll start right here. Sure. What made you decide to go into law enforcement? Was it a family tradition or on your own?
No, you know, I started in the military, and I was in the infantry for quite a few years. I made a career out of the military. Eventually became an officer, finished up a degree and became an officer, and that's when I entered law enforcement. So I spent the last 10 years in law enforcement in the Marines. And
you have a very good voice for television and radio. I don't know if anyone's ever told you that. Chris, I'll give you a chance to answer the same question.
You know, I don't know. It was, I think back when I was 5 years old, my mother told me, and I didn't remember this, but she said, you know, I asked you what you wanted to be when you grew up, and I said a police officer. Of course, I had forgotten that over the years, and then all of a sudden it turned out, 23 years old, I went to the police academy, and you know, I guess that was where my destiny lied.
So combined, you guys have 42 years of experience in Lake St. Louis, but beyond that, the experience is even deeper and longer, isn't that right, Mike?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And what capacity? Because the books themselves that you guys have penned really talk about death and transition. And I think about law enforcement officers who are the first responders to something, usually a homicide or of some sort. How does a person in law enforcement cope with something like that?
Well, you know, I think tragedy takes many forms, and you know, sometimes it is homicide, but just as often it's the child who's abused, or the woman who somehow is abused. That's a tough thing for police officers to deal with, believe it or not. I mean, that has kind of a cumulative effect, time after time dealing with that. And you know, we create kind of this shell, this image that many of us, many people look at us and say, well, you know, they're just cops, that doesn't bother them. In the introduction, I noticed you mentioned that we're also this and we're also that, but we're also fathers, we're husbands, we're sons.
That's a great point.
And have those same feelings as everyone else. That kind of wears on you across time, and that's what brought us to the book. It was, I think it was therapy for us to get that stuff out and get it down on paper.
That is awesome, because we know journaling is therapy. And people talk about that all the time, when you can write your feelings out, you can't say it. That's why a lot of times they start with pictures and drawing for children to write that. I'm glad you said that. I want to touch this really quickly, Chris, before we get into the book. Computers have played a lot in police work. Change. When Quincy MD, remember when that was on? You may not, but we're right here. So much. He could have solved a lot more crimes. How has computers affected your work as a police officer, and of course, even the internet with your book now?
Well, it's I guess in every industry, it's changed it. You know, with the well, in law enforcement, I guess we've had to train a lot more because not only are we improving in the technology and in the side of computers, but also the people that are doing wrong are also improving too, and are, you know, accessing a lot more things that we didn't have, you know, many years ago. So we just try to keep up with it with training and such, and try to keep on top of it. As far as the book world and literary world goes, you know, go talk to the publishers. It's a whole new world out there with the e-books and the way you market and so on and so forth. And you know, me and Mike are just trying to get along and figure that out as we go. So.
In addition to that, they've got this nonprofit, so we've got lots to continue talking about with Chris and Mike.
Absolutely.
Stick around. We're gonna take a quick break.
To be right next to you.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
We're here with Chris and Mike, and we're talking about your books. Now here, The Lightbringer. I have a copy here. You did bring some for our studio audience. Thank you so much. Can you tell us the premise of the books?
Well, it starts, the first one, The Lightbringer, starts with a series of tragedies. A central character is a police officer. We've written about what we felt we knew. And he moves from tragedy to tragedy, showing compassion to people and helping them through those times, those that are left behind after a tragedy. But he finds his role, as it unfolds, as the book unfolds, he finds his role changing to one that not only helps those, but helps those that have passed get to the other side and get to where they belong.
Wow.
Now, how did you, these are based, the stories are based on actual crimes or experiences you guys have had.
Right.
What are some challenges you run into with recreating that and sharing that?
Well, I guess you know, we wanted to make them accurate, but you know, you also have to protect you know, people's identities and such. So we changed some circumstances, of course, names and so forth. But you know, it was really those instances that bothered us throughout our career. Some of them are personal stories too, and the personal stories with tragedy that we've had. So, but you know, as long as I guess as long as you keep it to where you change names and you're respectful and so on and so forth. We also reached out to some of the people that we knew that were going to be in these stories and touched base with them and got their permission. So, but.
When I read the back of the book, and I had this aha moment with the title, The Lightbringer. You know, you go into the light, you know, and you're talking about having somebody cross over and bringing light and hope to people. So that really is terrific.
And I think about John Grisham, who you know, who's a lawyer, and like I was saying, you know, he uses his own experiences and brings them to life. Have you ever thought about maybe now the next step, perhaps bring it to the big screen or to television?
Well, funny you should say that.
Okay.
We have signed with a production company in LA for a TV series.
Wonderful.
Wow, this is great.
It's so exciting.
It's perfect. There are so many crime dramas on, but this is definitely a new,
little different message. Little different message.
Yeah, you know, and we've been working with them on the pilot for the screenplay. They're going to hopefully it's called Undergo Entertainment out of Los Angeles, and they've been working to try to figure out which network is best for us and how it's going to fit in with that story. Because not only is it the police procedural and supernatural, but it's also about the inspiration, about bringing hope and bringing inspiration to people.
Are you all thinking about another career change? Maybe becoming actors?
We're doing them all at once. No actors.
Well, you know, Stan Lee, that does Spider-Man, he always makes these cameo appearances. He doesn't say anything, but he's always in every movie.
Oh, yeah, write that into your contract.
Probably during the commercial.
Right.
So what can our readers expect from your books?
You know, there are two messages in the book, I think. And we talked about this earlier. One of them is that we all have a walk that we're going to have to take when we leave this portion of our life. We really should give some thought to that. You know, the length and the difficulty of that walk is in large part going to be determined by what we do while we're here.
And I'm glad you mentioned that. And that brings about the foundation, the Lightbringer Foundation. Talk about why you guys started that, Chris, and what the purpose is.
You know, we were prompted by a friend of ours who read the book and said, you know, we need to follow what you've written and celebrate compassion and seek out these people who don't normally get recognized for showing compassion, showing empathy and kindness and helping others. So we put together the nonprofit. It's very early on in the beginning stages, but we held the first awards ceremony last year and honored a couple people and hope to bring that to the next level. But it's really about, you know, honoring people who do for others.
Does the foundation have a presence on your site for the book, or how do people find you?
Our main website is www.thelightbringerbook.com, and then the foundation website is www.tlbf-inc.com.
Thank you.
Wonderful. We put that up on the screen as well. Now, Ivy, I think we had some people who won.
Oh, yes.
We need to do that.
I'm sitting here holding on to my copy.
No, it's not your copy.
I know. It's a copy of, the title is The Fallen, which is the second book. And are we looking forward to more in the series?
That's a trilogy.
All right.
So there is a third one.
So the Lightbringer will go to LaTanya Day. Congratulations. Woo! And The Fallen will go to William Archibald.
Yay.
Congratulations, guys. They're signed copies of the book, so. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We
Thank
really
you.
Appreciate
Thanks so much for having us on.
Back to some of those other hats you wear.
Yes, but don't move yet.
Yeah, we got some more fun things going on. We don't want you to leave yet.
Absolutely. And you know what? Kara's in the kitchen. I hope she's not eating all that fruit, Kara.
Now, don't be mad if you come here at the end of the show and everything is gone, okay? And I have a big belly, so. Even though I do anyway, but. So anyway, I am here with Chef Pam. We love Chef Pam, and she owns Marco's, and you specialize in soul food. But if you look in front of us, we actually have Asian food. So you make all types of food because you say that when you cook, it comes from the heart, right? So tell us about catering, because you said that you love catering, and that's something special to you. So tell us a little bit about the clients.
The thing about catering, you could create whatever a person wants. You're not tied to one food group. And so with this, tonight, the lady went to an event I did a couple of weeks ago, tasted food, enjoyed it, and requested it tonight for her event.
Very nice.
And so by word of mouth.
That's right. That's how you get good business. Now, let me ask you something. So I love sushi, right? So if I was a customer and I called you, would you be able to make sushi?
I would be very, yes, I'm
Eel?
prepared. Eel is, yes. My husband was born in Japan. My mother-in-law is Japanese, and I've learned a lot from her over the last 30 years, so I'm very comfortable with preparing Japanese food. I am. And sushi is one of my favorites.
Is that harder to make than anything else, you think? Because
No.
most people, I think, they think that. I do.
think if you think it's hard no matter what it is. So you just up for the challenge. You know somebody wants to eat it, so you want to do your best, and they'll enjoy it.
You know what? That's interesting you say that, because my next question to you is, and I always wonder this, your passion behind it, what mentally and physically, what does cooking do for you?
Well, it makes me feel like good. I'm in another element. When I'm cooking, I'm very comfortable. I've never had a drink, not wine, beer, anything.
Wow.
But when I'm in the kitchen, I have a certain feel. I feel good. I'll never cook if I'm upset, because I feel like it'll come out in the food. So it makes me happy. It makes me happy.
Well, what is the best compliment you've ever received from one of your clients?
Just recently, I did a catering job at an event, and a lady came up to ask who made the macaroni, and she wanted to meet me because it tastes just like her Nana macaroni that had passed away, and it really made her feel good, and she had tears in her eyes. So, and she thanked me for the macaroni.
That is so sweet. Well, now we have some pictures here from some of your food items. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Those are like the homemade biscuits that I just did for an event.
And so all these dishes are dishes that you cater, basically, right?
Yes.
And that you have also in your restaurant?
Right, that's actually
Oh, there are your crab
Asian.
rangoons. We have those here tonight. Yay, and the rice. Yeah.
Yes.
So we turn this way because our monitor's up here with all the wonderful pictures. So let's talk about how people can get a hold of you. You are in the lower level of the City Hall. Okay, how can they get a hold of you?
The number there is 314-588-8884.
Wonderful. Okay, well, thank you so much. And remember, Chef Pam owns Marco's. It's in the lower level of the City Hall. So you can call her and she will cater, or you just can go by.
Come by and have breakfast or lunch.
Breakfast or lunch.
And take home an early dinner. Take dinner home.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go ahead and head on over to the band.
Well, now we know you've really enjoyed the great music tonight and you're ready for more. So let's give it up for JLR.
This groove is so captivating. The feeling is so damn motivating. You know you want to move your feet, so get up out of your seat. Do the wop, pop, lock, and drop it like it's hot. This right here, all in the basement, down in the basement, where the soul always comes alive. In the basement, down in the basement, you know you gonna come inside. I know you feel it. Soul is to control, taking control. Do what you like, yeah. For the humpy dance now. Happiness just giving you Down in the basement, feeling fine, glass full, chilling with wine. We winning in the summertime. Yeah. I came with the crew. We posted with the women. It's getting hot in here, from the floor to the ceiling. Cause it's a grown folk house party. Basement, backyard barbecue, tasting the lovers in the place. If I dance with your girl, fix your face. It's probably an accident, but actually, if she wanna roll, then that's what's happening. Cause the fact is just the basement, and it's a natural aphrodisiac, and everybody stepping to the track. No bartender, we serving them and tell serving them to keep they beat up the furniture. Tonight, life struggles ain't a problem. It's good times, and ain't we lucky we got them. Ain't nothing y'all can do to stop it. Just feel a vibration, contagious love down in the got basement. my friends everywhere, and we just don't care. Living on the basement floor, we just here to give you more. Don't nobody start a fight, try to kick it all night. Two tight tables and the mic, and we're gonna keep it high.
Now, if you want to get in touch with JLR, you know what to do. You can go to JLR Photo Design at photodesign1@gmail.com, and you can also they can also find you on Facebook, right?
Yes, ma'am, they can.
All righty. You know what? There is something going on in the kitchen. I'm not sure what it is, but I want to go over there and check it out. So let's go over to the kitchen.
There's a lot going on. We're all here in the kitchen. That's what's going on, and we're going to eat Chef Pam's food from Marco's. Go see her in the lower level of the City Hall. Thank you, Chef, for being here. Yes.
And thanks to our awesome guests. What a great show.
Yeah.
Awesome show. Thank you for our audience as well, and our at-home viewers, and our sponsors who take such good care of us. Thank you. Mwah. We love you guys.
We definitely want to thank our band for being with us tonight.
Take
Thank
it
you,
away,
JLR.
JLR.
Let's see. Man's biggest mistake is to believe that